swing. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another form fixtures and feelings video. It's an FPL channel that you can tune into twice every week that really takes into account your feelings about the game, right? You can't find that anywhere else. So anyway, if you're new to the page, get this out of the way. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the stuff. I'm a very, very, very happy young lad this week. Extremely well, better than I thought that I was going to. I kept the exact same team as last week. I didn't make any transfers. All I did was switch the armband, and it worked out very, very well. I'm excited, and you know what, let's just go ahead and take a look at the team. So as you can see, 81 points overall. That once again is better than most game weeks I got in all of last season. I'm ranked 137,406th overall, which is fantastic. To be in the top 200, 300, 400K at this point after only 2 weeks is really incredible. So I feel very, very good. I hope any of you guys following have been watching, picking up on some of the tips or anything that I've been saying you found helpful, and I hope that you're doing well as well. I am third in the form fixtures and feelings league that I have going. Albert, Maggie, you guys are probably watching. You're beating me, but it's only by a little bit. So anyway, we're catching up. Yeah, let's take a look at the defense. The goalkeeper for Brighton, Sanchez, in net. Had a great, great game. Got to watch the whole thing. I feel very good about him. The fixtures coming up after this are kind of all over the place, so we'll see how he does. Like I've talked about before, your goalkeeper is someone who you want to get some points, but you can't expect a whole lot out of. Although I have been thinking about bringing in Mendy from Chelsea just once they get through their tough fixtures, because that could just be points in the bank every single week the way they look defensively. But anyway, good performance from Sanchez. Shaw for Man United, the Man United versus Southampton game, hugely frustrating. I think that Southampton only had a couple shots, and the one that went in was a massively deflected shot, was an own goal on Fred. So I always joke about with my friends about how Man United concedes tons of deflected goals, but it just feels like they do. And to watch that game and watch that Man United was pretty dominant was, I mean, there are other reasons to be frustrated, but losing the clean sheet was definitely one of them. Soufal, what an absolute legend. I watched the whole West Ham versus Leicester game. So Leicester went down to 10 men, so I was really hoping for an attacking return from either Soufal or Antonio. Antonio waited until right up at the very end to get the points. We'll talk about that later. But Soufal, West Ham conceded the stupidest, sloppiest goal, and I lost the clean sheet for Soufal, so I was massively disappointed. But then he comes in and picks up an assist right at the end, so he did end up getting me 5 points. Very happy about that. And Tsimikas, the Liverpool legend, his time is pretty much up. If you have him in your team, you need to find an alternative soon, because Robertson is back fit. He was even warming up on the sidelines during the game, so you would expect him to come back in pretty soon. But a clean sheet and an assist and some bonus points for a 4.0 defender, well, 4.1 now. Cannot ask for anything more than that. So very, very happy to have him in the team. Anyway, yeah, very happy with the defense. 11, 5, 4, and 6 points out of all of those is really, really good. So very happy there. But let's go ahead and check out the midfield. 31, it's not often that your midfield scores 31 points and you leave disappointed, but when your two major premiums both blank in games that they could have easily got returns in, it's quite frustrating. Salah scored a goal, but it was offsides, and I was actually at that point a little bit happy. But okay, so basically the two people captained that everyone captained this week was Salah and Fernandes, right? As a Fernandes captain, or someone who captained Fernandes, I kind of needed Salah not to get big returns, or if he did, I needed Fernandes to get bigger. So at the end of the game, when Salah left with a complete blank, I was a little bit excited, because that meant that my differential captain of Fernandes could have paid off. But oh my gosh, Man United played so horribly that game. What a miserable game it was to watch. On the bright side, once again, Greenwood. I don't want to keep talking about this kid, but what an incredible player. It was not an incredible finish, but he got the job done. Pogba looking to be, I mean, a potential asset. I don't want to even say that, because I'm so afraid of him losing his place and moving back into the midfield and his returns diminishing, but 5 assists in 2 games is not too shabby at all. So very happy with Greenwood. Lovely, lovely little player. Well, I would expect another price rise potentially. So yeah, Greenwood was the only good thing to come out of the Man United game. Jota on the other side was the only good thing to come out of the Liverpool game. Once again, I feel very vindicated in these picks because both of those were big differentials, and I've been saying that they were going to return because once again, Jota playing down the middle, Greenwood pretty much playing down the middle. He's on the wing a little bit more, but both such good attacking threats in teams that it's hard to find good value players. So Cavani is back, which is a bit of a concern for Greenwood. But anyway, on to the Man City midfield. We have Grealish, who should basically not have gotten any returns that game, and he's playing so far out on the wing that it's hard for me to see myself keeping him in my own fantasy team because his goal threat is just minimal. He did do pretty well, obviously grabbing a goal that he knew nothing about, hit him on the leg and went in. It's like what I said, you're taking a gamble, but it's an educated gamble. I knew that he was playing at home, he was making his home debut in the Prem for Man City. There's just emotions are high. You just kind of expected him to get something, especially against such a poor Norwich team. So yeah, feel good about that pick. Feel good about the midfield in general, but should have been more points there for sure. One last quick note about the midfield is if you go to your transfers and you're looking to transfer someone out and you filter it through form, it's good to know that I have 4 of the top 6 in-form midfielders right now in Fernandes, Greenwood, Salah, and Jota, or the top scoring as well. It does make it very difficult moving forward because I'm making a lot of different transfer plans on how to bring Lukaku in, potentially how to bring Son in, how to bring Calvert-Lewin in, which we'll talk about later in my next video, but I don't know who to take out. I really do not know. Greenwood and Jota might be the easiest options because their minutes get managed, or Grealish, but he's playing full 90 minutes in a strong Man City team with some good fixtures coming up. So it's nice that all these players are in such good form, and hopefully we'll continue that going forward. But yeah, moving on to the forwards. It was nice that Danny Ings actually decided to play like himself this game as opposed to the last game. Last game he just scraped by with a return, but this Danny Ings versus Newcastle is the type of performance we're expecting from him. To be honest, he's probably going to make way in my room for Calvert-Lewin because Calvert-Lewin's fixtures looking good. But yeah, even at Aston Villa, Dean Smith just came out and said that El Ghazi, if he's on the pitch, is going to be taking penalties. So Ings is less of a desirable asset because he's no longer going to be on penalties. But to come away with 8 points from a pretty dominant performance, super happy with that. And then Antonio, the absolute legend. Once again, I don't know how many times I can say this. What a player. What a strong, physical, intelligent player. Both of his finishes were so nice. The one where he flicks it up over his head and taps it in, as well as one where he uses his strength to body Soyuncu and bury it. The fact that they were with 10 playing against a 10-man Leicester, you know, surely he was bound to get some returns, but I really think that this season is going to be incredible for Antonio. So he's going to get a price rise again. If you don't have him, you should be looking to get him in your team. But once again, I feel very good having 2 of the most informed, top scoring strikers right now. But fantasy is about getting to those differential players or getting to those informed players before they go in form, right? So Danny Ings is about to go into a really tough run of fixtures. So I think I'm going to try and make room for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm going to hold him for this week against Brentford, but yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about these 2 free transfers that I have. It's kind of difficult because I really like my team where it's at. Like, I kind of don't know what to do with it. I mean, Shaw is someone that I might look to move on, but once Varane comes in the team, they're going to sharpen up defensively. Soufal, I'm worried about keeping clean sheets as well, but he's so attacking on that right side. Tsimikas, obviously, I'm going to have to move on, but Ayling can slot in right there on my bench, so I'm not really sure where to go. Obviously, there's some Chelsea assets that I really would like, but I don't want them right now. Their fixtures are so poor. I mean, they're a dominant team. I to be honest, think that they might win the league, but I don't want to bring Lukaku in potentially for a hit to play Liverpool and Man City in the coming weeks. Why would I do that when I can potentially wait it out? So I have been tinkering a lot in ways to bring in Lukaku and potentially Reece James, who I am again worried about. But I mean, that performance from Chelsea against Arsenal, I told you that Arsenal was probably going to get ripped to shreds, and Lukaku absolutely bodied that team. Pablo Mari looked like he was literally a child against Lukaku. So, and Reece James up that right-hand side is looking dangerous. And I've seen a lot of people going for Alonso as well. I would kind of warn you to stay away from that asset. There's no way he keeps Ben Chilwell out of that team for much longer. And I understand that Tuchel might like Alonso right now, or that Alonso might be more in form, but I think that Chilwell's got to be getting in some of those minutes pretty soon, and we've seen Tuchel last season loves to rotate those players. So yeah, anyways, Chelsea assets definitely to come. But so anyway, 81 points overall, absolutely over the moon. Could not be happier with where I am at right now. Very excited going forward. Here, let me just give some final thoughts on the week. This video is brought to you by Old Style. I can't see it on there. How to focus in this thing? So basically, to recap real quickly, I'm gonna go over just a few players that I have on my watch list, or players that I would really love to get into my team. I actually have a draft that I've been working on that I fit all of these players into my team, but the key thing is that I have to get rid of Fernandez, which I know is absolutely sacrilegious. But when you hear this list of players that I could have by getting rid of Fernandez, you might be tempted to do it yourself. So by getting rid of Fernandez, it allows me the budget to have in defense Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I've been dying to have because he's basically playing as a winger or like an attacking midfielder, and as a defender, like, he's gonna get you so many points. I'm so frustrated that I don't have him. But freeing Fernandez lets me allow him, Soufal, and Reece James in the back. And then in the midfield, I got a midfield of Greenwood, Rafinha, Ben Rama, and Salah. All players in great form, all players with good fixtures. And up top, I gotta have DCL, Lukaku, and Antonio. Now tell me that team doesn't sound like a better team than the one I have now with Fernandez in it. And because of the fixture swing coming up for Man United, it just seems like it could be a really good A, differential, and B, it allows me for so many more funds within my team. And I just don't want to get rid of Salah because his attacking goal threat is so much better and his fixtures are better. So anyway, let me know what you think of that potential lineup. Also, very happy with some of the price rises. Antonio has now gone up to 7.7. Greenwood has got up 0.1. Jota's gone up 0.1. Ings has gone up 0.1. Pretty much everybody has gone up at least a little bit, which allows me more value in the team. So anyways, thank you for tuning in again. I hope that you all are doing very well in your leagues as well and your overall rank. I forgot to say this, but I'm top 5K in the US, which is very good. Hope that you all are doing well. Please leave comments below letting me know how you did this week. If you have any questions about anything that I said, if you think anything that I said is just off kilter or ridiculous, let me know. I want to argue about it. Not really. I'll respond with stats and things like that. But be looking out for my video. Should be coming out Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure what the game week is. I'm going to be going more in depth into some of the form and the fixtures. And you guessed it, the feelings. Follow me on Instagram, FFF_FPL. Check out my league, or join my league, I should say. Right now it's only 3 people, so you can join in and you are already in like 4th or 5th place, which is pretty good, even if you're in last place. So